Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So I was scrolling through Netflix trying to find something to watch, and I came across a movie called First They Killed My Father. It's directed by Angelina Jolie. Figured, why not give it a shot? Based on a true story, this film is about 2 hours and 15 minutes, give or take. And it's about the communist takeover of Cambodia following our withdrawal from Vietnam. So I gotta tell you, this movie hits you right in the feels. It's a really powerful movie, kind of showing exactly what it was like during that time for them. It runs through the whole gamut. So it was written by a lady named Loung Ung. Probably messed up that name. But she lived through it. It actually follows her autobiography and what she went through as a 5-ish-year-old girl going through the communist revolution in Cambodia. So I'm going to go ahead and give my beard review early this video. I'm going to give it a solid 4. It was a really, really amazing movie. Really strong storyline. And it's leaving me speechless. It's that good. So if you've ever seen Hotel Rwanda or Schindler's List, it's on that level. Like, there's no major actors because most people in the U.S. don't know any Cambodian actors, and that's exactly who they are. The whole movie was subtitled, but it's one of those movies where you really didn't need the subtitles to really figure out what was going on. It was just really good. The music, which I say I'm not going to talk about all that much, it really went along well with the film and the feelings that it wanted you to feel during that part of the movie. Quick synopsis of what this movie is actually fully about. The U.S. is withdrawing from Vietnam, and the Vietnamese start invading into Cambodia, which was a neutral country at the time, for the most part. And the communist rebels, the Khmer Rouge, were actually taking over the country during the revolution. Vietnam was invading at the exact same time, so it was kind of a cluster of what was going on in that region. So we see Loung Ung and her family being evacuated from the city that they lived in. Her dad was a high-ranking military official, and the communists weren't really big on those, so he burned his documents to kind of hide who he was. We see them in a forced evacuation over a long trek of many miles, and the hardships that they endure, always being pushed by the soldiers. And they finally get put into an internment camp where they got to work for their keep. And slowly, the amount of food that they were being fed was dwindling down to almost nothing, even though they were working in a farm and producing a lot of food. There was a lot of harsh punishments if they were ever caught stealing or if they were ever caught hiding. And people were rewarded for ratting out their neighbors if they ever found them doing something wrong. Eventually, Luong's father dies because he's executed by the revolutionaries. Her older brother and sister are conscripted into the rebel army, and Luong's mother sends out her brother and her other sister as a bunch of orphans to try and get picked up in a different camp, kind of keep everybody separated, give them a better chance of survival. And the two girls and boys split ways. We don't see the boy again for a while, but the two girls, they get brought into a camp. And Loung gets conscripted into the military as a child soldier. She says she's 7 years old at the time. I couldn't even imagine with my kids. I'm not going to spoil the rest of the movie and how it goes, but it falls really along those lines. Loung obviously survived the whole ordeal. She wrote her autobiography. She was a screenwriter for this film. You actually get to see her at the end, much in like a Saving Private Ryan type moment, where it's the older gentleman who's actually paying tribute. It's really similar ending like that. But I mean, give this film a shot. It's called First They Killed My Father. It's on Netflix right now, so you're not really losing anything. It's a really powerful movie, and it shows the atrocities that happened in Cambodia following the Vietnam War. Do me a favor though. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, comment, let me know if you like the movie, if you're even going to watch the movie. If these are the type of reviews you want to see, let me know. Until later, stay classy.